Welcome to this episode of You Are Your Name. My name is Garrett Hennigan, and I will be your host for this podcast. The information we are sharing with you is based upon the teachings of the Kabalarian Philosophy, as founded by Alfred J. Parker in the 1930s in Vancouver, British Columbia. Today's question is, why do our combined first name and surname influence the overall conditions in our life? Over the past several episodes, we've been discussing various first name combinations or formulas and the names that go along with it, and the conditions which are expressed by the individual mind who uses that particular first name. We've also talked about surnames or family names, how they create a background influence that particular individual that grows up in. But when we combine the first name and the last name together, we get an overall chord of intelligence. And it's not unlike when we go up to a piano, we can play one chord with our left hand, another chord with our right hand separately. But when we combine them together, there is an overall sound, a blending of the two. Well, in a similar way, when we have two names, a first name and a last name, we get a blending overall influence of those names. And this is very important in an analysis of the name, as it creates the overall conditions of that particular individual. And the sum total of that entire name comes up to what we call a destiny number. So we can think of that overall combination as like the rudder on a ship. It takes the person into certain experiences. So that overall combination of the first and last name is what we call the destiny. And there are essentially 9 basic destiny qualities created from those overall combinations, and we can classify them as the one destiny, the person who is always pioneering, always starting things. They never see the result of the efforts. The second destiny is a person ends up being involved with people that take advantage of them. The third destiny is a person has a lot of activity, happy-go-lucky, but there's a general instability in their life which leads to money coming in, money going out, but not being able to create a long-term stability in their life. The fourth destiny is where the person works very, very hard, and though they do make progress, it's very, very incremental. And so they have to put a lot of hard work, and in effect, they're not getting full compensation for all their life efforts. The 5 destiny brings a person into very changeable situations that are characterized by things looking very, very promising, and all of a sudden it's like the carpet's been pulled from underneath them and everything collapses around them. And so they can have very many bitter experiences, usually because they trust people, and it leads to very changeable and sometimes bitter experiences. The 6th destiny brings a certain amount of stability, and again, it also depends on what the first and last names are. So though this can be a good destiny, the person can still have a degree of instability. But generally, they're brought into responsible situations with a degree of accumulativeness in their financial affairs. The 7th destiny results in a person being pulled away from people, being separated, and they have a sense of incompletion in life. They're almost reaching their objective, but not quite there, and it is a little bit disappointing in that way. The 8th destiny does bring a person into accumulative situations, a degree of success, as long as the first and last names give the proper stability to be able to take advantage of those situations. The 9th destiny draws a person into situations where they're forced to give, they experience losses, and it's not a fulfilling conclusion to their life efforts. So that is a little bit about the overall name combination and how important it is. And so we would encourage you to order a free name report which covers all your names, as that will give you that overall influence. So for today's episode, we're going to have Evan Farrell, who has presented name combinations as well as being a host, and he will be discussing the influence of the names of Florence, Lorna, Lynn, Howard, and Malcolm.
For the name of Florence, this mental quality contains some very fine characteristics. but it is challenged with sensitivities that make it reserved, that is an impairment to happiness and health. In their thinking, they're very capable, responsible, and conscientious, with a quick and clever mind, and can be successful in business but find it challenging to mix with others, preferring to be in management or working on their own. This quality is serious and dignified, and they are deep thinkers. They abhor vulgarity and loudness. This quality will find greatest satisfaction in an occupation that allows one to work out of doors, or where they can work with people in a refined environment, having a position that is respected and appreciated. This quality loves nature and consideration to the deeper aspects of life. It would have an interest in religion or delving into the why of life, as it loves mystery and intrigue. This quality appreciates the little things. In fact, little things mean a great deal. This is a complex nature. It is difficult for most people to understand it due to the fact that they lack verbal communication, and they have a highly sensitive nature to the thoughts and feelings of others, not knowing what their intentions are. This quality needs a lot of assurance and understanding, tenderness and consideration to feel confident to offer the depth it possesses. In their communication, they are quiet and dignified, quite formal, and hate arguing. The way it admonishes is by not responding, and they are considered to be cool and serious. In their expression, they are refined, but lacking confidence to speak their mind, needing the assurance that they will not be ridiculed or criticized for offering a point of view. This quality is very adept in communication through the pen rather than through verbal communication. In their friendships, there is a difficulty in meeting and mixing with others due to its very sensitive nature. It can be brought out through small acts of kindness in expressions of appreciation. Their sensitive nature can create misunderstandings through their moody nature, and can be stubborn like a turtle when hurt or treated with disrespect, and they can be easily offended. In friendships, they have a significant value. They are not to be trifled with or treated casually. They don't collect friends just for the sake of a good time. This quality at times seems cold and aloof, never declaring openly its feelings or desires. In the health weaknesses, the difficulty in managing moods and worry, the health is affected through the nervous system, resulting in challenges in the heart, lungs, and bronchial area. If this mind is awakened to the principle that creates its intelligence, there's a great potential to share truth and understanding, overcoming the sensitivity and moodiness that it possesses. This quality has a depth of understanding that requires assurance to express. Once the mind becomes aware of how to create confidence and expression, it has a fortitude that is strong and capable and will attract the assurance it desires.
It should be noted that everyone who has one of these names will be unique and slightly different depending on their last name and what their date of birth is. We offer free name and birth date reports from our website that will allow you to test this principle on yourself, your friends, and family. We encourage you to visit Kabalarians.com or somewhat easy to remember, youareyourname.com, and it will forward you to the name site.
Whenever you're ready, here are 3 ways we can help you. Number 1, the Balanced Name Recommendation Service. Join the thousands of others who have harmonized their names with their inner potential to improve their health, happiness, and success. Number 2, learn the principles of mental freedom. Participate in our online training program to gain the essential tools to create all the progressive changes you seek in your life. These proven truths will open up new perspectives and accelerate your attainment of health, happiness, and success. Number 3, let Kalex Solutions help you choose a balanced name for your business, because many business names are an impediment to one's overall business success.